The Red Dragon is very D&D Red Dragon coded. I noticed
He is,
that.
yeah.
It's like,
What? Okay, what is your take on the art overall? Because
I'm happy you brought that up.
I have a very specific opinion that's gonna sound a little negative, but I have to like explain it.
Well, so I think the art relies on 2 or 3 design aesthetics, and it gets very old very quickly, and there is some weirdness going on generally. Like, it depends on the picture, of course, but like, I have a couple. Just please do yours, because mine are just like, I've got like 5 or 6 small ones.
I mean, I definitely, my problem is not necessarily that they reuse a design thing. I know that there was a relatively small art team that did a whole shitload of work, so like, that's not that surprising to me. My problem with a lot of the art, okay, I need to be very, very clear about this. These artists are a lot better than I am across the board. They are very, very skilled. However, I don't like most of their art. For 2 main, and this is mostly about an aesthetic preference thing. So, my first big problem with the art is that all of it is really, really highly rendered. And again, as an artist, I am well aware of how difficult it is to get to the level of rendering quality that the art in this book has. And they're very good at it. I don't like the way it looks. The overly renderedness makes everything feel very stiff to
Sterile?
me.
Okay.
It's not sterile, but stiff.
So,
a lot
okay.
of art pieces lack a lot of motion,
Yes.
a lot of feeling of motion, or just energy. Like, they just don't have a lot of energy. They feel very locked in place.
I know exactly. Okay, that's kind of what I meant when I said sterile. Like, so perfect example, right? The art for the orcs. That one orc is like shredding on this like sick handheld harp like thing, and his hair's flowing in the background. That orc looks like a statue of an orc. That doesn't look like a living, breathing person.
It doesn't. Yeah, it lacks energy. It lacks a lot of energy. And again, part of that is because it's so highly rendered, and when you render up a drawing a lot, you lose out on energy pretty much without fail. It's almost impossible not to. And just to be clear, this is what I'm saying right now is a thing that I've heard from other professional, well-seasoned artists who have taught me. They all agree, if you render something up, like, you know, closer and closer to reality, you're going to get stiffness and you're going to lose energy, and you have to make a decision on if you want it to. Basically you have to decide, do you want to push that realism or do you want the energy and the movement? You kind of can't have both, you know? So yes, there's that. My other problem, and this is one scenario where this is a more genuine critique, I think. A lot of the art in this, they're not good at action. A lot of the action shots, the action poses, just are really not working for me. There's a lot of like awkwardness to the posing. And I'll give you my prime example. The one that bugs me maybe the most is if you go to the classes, the null.
Oh,
that drives me crazy because it doesn't. So this is gonna be hard, but I'm gonna describe it. So it's like a shirtless Hakan dude, which are the half giant people. We haven't gotten to there, but the shirtless Hakan dude, and he's like uppercutting a devil dude in the face and like punching his soul out of him because the null has these like psionic type powers. The way the devil dude is positioned relative to the uppercut looks like he missed. Like, it doesn't look like he hit the devil dude in the face. It looks like the guy's falling over and he whiffed the punch. And he's just kind of awkwardly leaping into the air, doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean?
I do, yes.
And so there's a lot of art pieces I've noticed where the posing of the action feels very odd. And some of it I understand, because sometimes you have to make a concession where a certain pose isn't going to work because you would see so little of the character that it just doesn't register. Like, it just looks weird. So you tweak the pose to look a little more awkward so that the character stands out better. And that's a concession you have to make sometimes. So but there's other times where I feel like that concession was made maybe too much.
Yes, and a perfect example on page 143, the lycanthrope with the lightning claws.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I cannot tell what this character is trying to do.
That one doesn't bother me too much. It's a little, they're kind of like, yeah, they're running forward. There's a lean, like, it's a little vague.
Are they running forward? Are they jumping to the side to dodge? Are they landing or from jumping?
It doesn't, it doesn't really matter too much because it's just a single character kind of posed in a shot, so it doesn't bug me as less. As soon as they start getting multiple characters, I feel like is where things get wonky most of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we have different complaints, but like for me, it's a lot of like.
Well, so like, okay, look at the tactician. The splash art for the tactician. That one, this one genuinely bugs the shit out of me because the pose of the tactician character makes no sense relative to the guy that he's supposed to be punching in the face? ? Right?
Oh, that's not how I read that at all.
I think he's supposed to be hitting him in the face with his sword that's in his right hand.
I can see why you'd say that because you get the little swoosh lines coming off the sword, like almost like he's on the backswing, but that's not how at all.
I'm reading it off the guy's cut chest and blood coming out of his mouth.
Right. But like the motion there, you're getting some like energy swooshes on the backswing. Yes, I do see the cut. I don't know. I kind of read that. It's funny. He kind of looks like Chadwick Boseman. I read that as him like strutting through a fight. But yeah, I did not read it as him attacking that guy.
See, that's kind of what I mean. The action posing is wonky, so there's like a unclearness to a lot of, not all. There are some shots that work a lot better, but some of them, yeah, it's just like
unclear. We said it before, but I think the art is very good.
Again, like, it's very detailed.
Speaking, it's very good.
It's very highly rendered.
Anatomy is fantastic.
All that.
Coloring is fantastic.
Texture works very good. All that shit.
Well, texture working. I think texture is good for most of them. Any cloth in this looks like leather. Like there's no inclination that any of this is cloth, which it almost certainly has to be. And the metal doesn't look like metal to me a lot of the time. But like besides that,
I think the metal definitely looks like metal. I definitely don't see that one.
Depends.
I haven't seen anywhere I feel like there was weirdness on metal texture. That's one of the things I think they got the most right. But, and it's not every pose either. Like the shadow splash art, I think that pose works pretty well.
Actually, so speaking of art in the shadow, did you notice that the one woad elf doing the rogue assassin dark elf pose, but like better?
Yes, I did.
I saw it. I was like, no, this has to be a dig, right? This has to be a dig. They're in the exact same pose. They're both like assassin dark elves with the shadow magic around them. It's the same pose.
I'm not going to say it's a dig, but it might be a reference.
It's got to be something.
Yeah, so what Isaiah is referring to is there's an awkward drawing in the rogue section of the 2014 player's handbook where he's kind of like stepping forward and kind of crouching and he's holding the knife in a really weird way. It's like a drow dude. It's just a really uncomfortable, weird pose that just doesn't work. And in the Draw Steel book, it's a very similar pose, but the character's coming forward and the camera's facing at her front. So I
posted that in the wrong chat.
It looks like what the D&D pose was trying to do, but just, like better executed. God, I hate that rogue painting. Every time I see it, I hate it.
It's bad, yeah, but
every time I see it, it bugs me more. It's not the
new
worst
one
painting in the
is
player's handbook, but
no, it's not. No, I still argue it's the fucking
Vinegar
halfling.
Strokes halfling. Yeah, I know.
Vinegar Strokes halfling bard, baby.
How else do you describe it?
No, that's exactly how I describe it.
That's
It's
what
just
she
funny.
is.
Just full on Vinegar Strokes, yeah.
So all this to say, for me personally, for me, it's just not a style of art that I like that much. So it comes off a little weird for me. And there are some technical elements where I'm not necessarily saying I could do better, but I'm saying I see problems.
Look, on a separate argument, I have problem with the like, could you do better? It's like, no, but that's not the fucking point.
No,
Like,
I'm definitely not saying I could do better. I'm just saying, as someone with drawing knowledge, I could see some weird gaps. Like I could see some awkwardness. So,